It is my pleasure to introduce the faculty of Wayne Country Day School.
Good morning and welcome. We are so very pleased that you could join us here today. To begin, I would ask Suzanne Williford, salutatorian of the class of 2026, to lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance.
Welcome, everyone. Thank you for your love, your support, and your presence here today. Please rise and remain standing for the Pledge of Allegiance, followed by the playing of the national anthem. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Please be seated. Sorry, please rise for the national anthem. please now be seated.
Good morning again, everyone, and welcome. Today is one of those rare days that is both celebratory and reflective. It is a conclusion and a beginning all at once. And before anything else, let me simply say this to the class of 2026. On behalf of the faculty, congratulations. We are extraordinarily proud of you. It has been our privilege to watch you grow, learn, struggle, recover, and ultimately become the young men and women sitting before us today. This class, despite its many different personalities, interests, backgrounds, and viewpoints, has done something that I think is increasingly rare and increasingly important. You built a community where people felt welcome and known. Many of you disagreed with one another at times, in classrooms, in conversations, in friendships. Yet by and large, you learned something important. You can challenge one another intellectually without abandoning one another personally. And honestly, I think I may have seen the true measure of many of you in the parking lot at approximately 7:54 and 38 seconds every morning. Some of you sprinted toward the building, desperately willing yourselves to be on time. Others coolly strolled by as if first period was merely a recommendation. But almost every one of you stopped, looked me in the eye, and said good morning. That may seem like a small thing, but it is not a small thing. Seeing people, acknowledging people, and treating people with dignity and kindness in ordinary moments, the world needs more of that, not less. Graduation is, of course, a transition, and transitions naturally lead us to ask questions about what comes next. But I think this moment also invites us to ask a different question. What does it actually mean to be an educated person? In a few moments, each of you will receive a diploma signed by me and the chair of the Board of Trustees. In a very real sense, that diploma says Wayne Country Day believes that you are educated people. What does that mean? Certainly it means you mastered difficult material. Scholarship matters, knowledge matters, but education is deeper than the accumulation of information. An educated person is not simply the smartest person in the room, the loudest voice, or the person who can win every argument. A truly educated person can listen, engage seriously with difficult ideas, and understand that the real world rarely offers simple answers. They can change their mind when persuaded by evidence and reason. And they can disagree fundamentally with another person without holding them in contempt. Perhaps most difficult at all, they remain intellectually humble. I think we all know or believe that we live in a moment where disagreement too often becomes dismissal. Too often we assume that if someone sees the world differently than we do, meaningful conversation becomes impossible. We stop listening. We retreat into certainty. And in the process, we lose sight of one another's humanity. Many of you know I'm a historian, and I think history offers a better example. Thomas Jefferson and John Adams were bitter political rivals. Through newspapers and political allies, they said deeply personal and truly horrible things about one another. Yet later in life, they reconciled and rediscovered a deep mutual respect and intellectual friendship. They understood something that we forget today. Disagreement does not require dehumanization. So a truly educated person can listen without surrendering conviction. They can live in the discomfort of complexity rather than retreating into easy certainty. There's a line in one of the Indiana Jones films where Harrison Ford says something like, "Archaeology is the search for fact. If it's truth you're interested in, the philosophy department is down the hall." With respect to Dr. Jones, education requires something beyond facts or truth. They are ultimately the building blocks of understanding, but understanding requires humility curiosity, empathy, and wisdom. That is what education should help us pursue. At Wayne Country Day, we speak often about our core values: respect, honesty, responsibility, and kindness. We have to understand them and live them intentionally. Respect means recognizing the humanity and dignity of others, especially with those with whom we disagree. Honesty means confronting uncomfortable truths, especially in ourselves. Responsibility means understanding our obligation to leave our communities better than we found them. And kindness is not performative niceness, but the active choice to care about others, especially when it's inconvenient. So here's my challenge to you this morning. Continue what you began here. Read deeply, listen carefully, resist easy cynicism, engage seriously with people and ideas that challenge you. Remain curious about the world and humble about your place in it. 2 nights ago at Academic Awards, we celebrated accomplishment after accomplishment, and rightly so. This class has accomplished incredible things. But I believe you are greater than accomplishment alone. You can become people who build rather than divide, people who lead with conviction, but also with humility and humanity. We, your teachers and mentors, have already seen these qualities in you. Carry them forward. The world does not simply need accomplished people. It needs truly educated people. Class of 2026, congratulations. We are proud of you. Now go forward and make a meaningful difference in this world. I would like to call upon Mabry Chuddy, Senior Class President, for the presentation of the senior gift.
Good morning and congratulations, graduates. On behalf of the class of 2026, I would love to award Wayne Country Day School with $2,026.26. We would like to dedicate half of that amount towards new speakers for our gym, and the remainder we would like to dedicate for new playground equipment for our lower school. Thank you.
Each year, the senior class selects a lower school teacher and an upper school teacher to be given Excellence in Teaching Awards. Our lower school faculty member embodies not only excellence in teaching, but also a commitment to and love for our school community. This year's recipient is someone who reminds us that the relationships that we build with children matter deeply, and not just the students in our classrooms, but with every student who walks our halls. There is something uniquely special about the work of a lower school and early years teacher. It requires extraordinary patience, remarkable consistency, and a calmness that borders on heroic. Every day begins with untied shoes, forgotten lunchboxes, tears at carpool, spilled snacks, and the occasional declaration that today is simply not the day for school. And somehow, through all of that, this teacher creates a classroom filled with joy. Walk into her room and you immediately feel it. There is structure and routine, yes, but our youngest learners need that. But there's laughter, spontaneity, and warmth. Her classroom is not simply organized, it is alive. It is a place where students feel safe, known, encouraged, and excited to learn. What makes this recognition truly special is that the students that selected this year's recipient were never actually taught by her. She arrived at Wayne Country Day just 4 years ago, long after the senior class had moved beyond the lower school. And yet they chose her because they saw someone who showed up, someone who poured herself into the community. They recognized that even without teaching them directly, she helped shape the culture and spirit of this community. That says something powerful about a teacher, and even more powerful about a person. It is my great honor to recognize this year's lower school teacher of the year, our 4K teacher, Miss Meredith Gurley. Each year, the senior class has the privilege of honoring a member of the upper school faculty whose influence extends far beyond the classroom. This year's recipient is someone who embodies the very best of teaching. He is the kind of educator who arrives early, stays late, and never stops thinking about how to better serve his students. Colleagues know him as thoughtful, kind, and remarkably calm. Even in moments of frustration, he somehow remains measured and composed in a way that most of us can only admire. He is also one of those teachers whose personality becomes part of the identity of the school. If you were casting the role of independent school teacher, you might end up someone who looks remarkably familiar. The glasses, the bow tie, the unmistakable enthusiasm for discovery and learning. What truly defines him, however, is the depth of care he takes bringing to his students every day. He has a gift for making difficult material accessible and for helping students believe they are capable of more than they thought possible. Now, I say this with affection. Organization may not always be his defining strength. There are moments when his classroom seems to operate according to scientific laws known only to him. But the students recognize immediately that what matters most to him is genuine learning and intellectual curiosity. For many of our students, he represents both the beginning and the culmination of their scientific journey at Wayne Country Day. He introduces nearly every freshman to biology, and years later, many return to his classroom for AP Biology or AP Environmental Science, now prepared for deeper challenges because of the foundation he helped build. He's thoughtful, devoted, and passionate. We are extraordinarily fortunate to have him a part of our community. It is my great pleasure to announce this year's Upper School Teacher of the Year, Dr. Edward Sharp. The class of 2026 has distinguished itself through scholarship, leadership, and community. Among this accomplished group, one student has achieved the highest academic standing in this class. It is now my honor to introduce the valedictorian of the class of 2026, Sarah Wall, to deliver the valedictory address. Sarah?
Good morning. As we begin, I would like you to think about someone who has changed your life, just with their presence, just by being there. Maybe it was a friend who sat beside you when life felt heavy, a teacher who believed in you before you believed in yourself, a parent who never stopped encouraging you, or even a classmate whose small kindness made a difficult day better. Now, think about how different your life would be if you never had connected with that person. I'm so honored to be speaking here today, but the truth is, this moment belongs to all of us, a celebration of the incredible group of emerging leaders we have become. Today, as we celebrate graduation, we often focus on accomplishments, grades, awards, and future plans. But when we look back years from now, what we will remember most are the connections, the people who shaped us, supported us, challenged us, and walked beside us during this chapter of our lives. What makes our class so special is the way our differences complement one another. The opinionated and passionate leaders among us inspire confidence in those who are more subdued. The loudest laughs in class comms remind even the most shy students how to have fun and step outside of their comfort zones. The creativity, athleticism, intelligence, and individuality within the class combine to form something truly unique. According to Ms. Bales, we are a very grounded class. Some people know when you need a hug, some know when you need to laugh, and others know when you need a little tough love. Together, we embody the values Wayne Country Day strives to represent: honesty, kindness, respect, and responsibility, but also compassion. What I have valued most about this class is the spirit of inclusivity we have created and the genuine care that exists beneath every interaction. No act of kindness goes unnoticed. We celebrate one another's victories, both big and small, support each other during difficult moments, and grow alongside one another each step of the way. Our senior trip especially proved just how connected we all are. The competitive and often hilarious games of pool, late nights spent swimming, and repeatedly begging for a later curfew, sorry, Mr. Price, reflected the bond we have built over the years. In these moments, everyone belonged. We were no longer just students pestering Miss Shaw with college applications or playing ball with Mr. Ratcliffe. We were a group of young adults creating memories and connections that will last far beyond graduation. We all have different paths and different goals, but we have walked the same road for the past 4 years. We've shared our strengths, our weaknesses, our differences, but we've also been connected by these shared experiences. Sometimes it's sitting next to someone different at senior lunch. Sometimes it's chasing someone down in senior assassin who you don't normally interact with in school, bonding over senior activities and competition. Sometimes it's an internal funny joke that we will remember years from now. And in these connections, we have learned how to understand each other, and these moments add up into something greater. In that process, we learned things from each other that don't show up on any transcript. We learned empathy. We learned patience. We learned how to be a part of something more global than ourselves, even when we are still trying to figure out who we are individually. Without realizing it, through these moments, we shape each other by just being present. That's what connection really is. It's not always loud or obvious. Most of the time, it's built quietly over shared space, shared effort, and shared growth. And now, standing here at the end of it, it's strange to think about how something so ordinary in the moment, walking through the same halls, sitting in the same classrooms, sharing the same years, can end up being so transformative. Even though we are about to leave Wayne Country Day, we are not leaving those connections behind. They don't disappear just because we stop showing up in the same building every day. They remain with us in the way we think, in the way we relate to others, and in the way we understand ourselves. As we leave this place today, our lives will begin moving in different directions. Some of us will leave for college, some for careers, and some for adventures we cannot yet imagine. And while distance, time, and change may separate us physically, connection does not end simply because a chapter closes. The truth is, the connections we have formed here have already become a part of who we are. So, years from now, when life becomes complicated, uncertain, or overwhelming, I hope we remember what we learned here. That success means very little if we experience it alone. Connection, genuine human connection, is what gives meaning to our lives. Because long after we forget the schedules, assignments, and exams, we will remember how we made each other feel, connected, seen, and never truly alone. I would like to thank the teachers who risk their sanity working with high schoolers every day, especially this group of strong-willed students who have a talent for persuasive thinking. Thank you to the administrators who put up with endless trips of stressed seniors heading to Ms. Shaw's office and seniors signing out every day for the month of April, but who also cared for us like we were their own. And to the parents on the receiving end of those texts begging to sign out early, thank you for everything you have done to make this year special for our class. So, class of 2026, as we all go in different directions, remember these connections you have made. Remember what this class has taught you, and go out and share your gift, your uniqueness, with the next community you are a part of. Remember how to care, how to be inclusive, how to be funny, how to be what makes you, you. No matter where your road leads, remember what Tom Ford said. The most important things in life are the connections you make with others. The future ahead of us may be uncertain, but one thing is not. None of us got here alone. Congratulations, class of 2026. May we continue creating new connections and coming back to old ones, wherever life takes us. Thank you.
Each year, the senior class selects a faculty member to speak at their graduation ceremony. I would now like to introduce Mr. Michael Price, Upper School Director, to give the faculty address.
distinguished guests, colleagues, families, friends, and graduates, I am deeply humbled and honored to deliver the faculty address this morning. I want to share with you today the music of chairs. Chairs were first invented in Egypt in 3100 BC, and in those early days, chairs were not meant for everyone. They were reserved for people of status and authority, pharaohs, rulers, and the elite. Those chairs were ornate, decorated with gold, carved figures, and animal-shaped legs. Common people like me, we sat on rocks, tree stumps, hay bales, sometimes the floor. Eventually, stools were created for those without power or position. Today, a chair serves a different purpose. It provides leisure, protection, support, and rest. When I think about a school building, I think about classrooms. I immediately think about the things in it, desks, tables, and especially chairs. Think back to your very first day at school, way back, not this year. One of the first things your teacher did was show you where to sit. They showed you your chair. What did that chair provide for you? It gave you a safe place. In a large and unfamiliar room, that chair belonged to you, and it created a sense of belonging. And no matter what happened throughout the day, recess, centers, games, carpet time, or lunch, your teacher always called you back to your seat to restore order. Very early in life, school teaches us something important about chairs. A chair represents safety, belonging, and order. And as we move through school year after school year, we're assigned new chairs. And our teachers choose where we sit, and we trust into places where we learn best, grow best, and thrive best. And then one day, everything changes. No assigned seats. What's the first thing you do? You sit right beside Marcel. The people who make us laugh, the people who make us comfortable. We talk too much, we laugh too loud, we distract each other until eventually the teacher steps in and moves us to another chair. At first, we don't like that move. But that new chair teaches us something valuable. It teaches us discipline. It teaches us how to meet new people, build new relationships, and step outside of our comfort zone. Sometimes the chair we would have never chosen for ourselves becomes the very place where we grow the most. Our teachers understand something that we do not, that the right chair is not always the easiest chair, but it is often the chair that leads to the greatest growth and success. Such is the music of chairs. Much like the game of musical chairs, life moves in rhythms. We ebb and we flow from chair to chair, from season to season, and sometimes it feels as though we're simply walking in circles, making no progress at all. And then the music stops. We panic and we scramble for a chair that will once again provide safety, belonging, and order. Searching for that next chair can be stressful. It raises our pulse, it creates uncertainty, and it reminds us how much we long for stability. And sometimes life pulls the chair out from underneath us completely, like Cade Prettle did to me during Spirit Week last year. And in those moments, that is when we discover who we truly are. We learn to stand on our own 2 feet. Mom and dad cannot always rescue us. Grandparents, siblings, friends, they can't walk every road with us. And that is when we go back to what we've learned. All the classes, the learning that's taken place, not just in classroom, but in life itself. And we will come back to you, and you will be able to stand. And in standing, we learn something very powerful. We learn how to withstand. That we can make it. We will be okay. And little by little, confidence begins to grow. Today, you sit in a chair that feels familiar and comfortable, a chair that has given you safety and belonging for the past 13 years. Tomorrow, the music begins again, and you'll begin walking to a new chair, one that has already been designed just for you, a chair that would eventually provide a new sense of safety, belonging, and order in your life. And just as your teachers have always tried to place you where you could succeed, God already knows where you belong. Remember this. Back in your lower school years, when everything became chaotic and unsteady, your teacher would always call you back to your chair to restore peace and order. And life works much the same way. When life brings uncertainty, doubt, or fear, go back to your seat, your beliefs, your values, and your faith. And your chair is still a place of protection, support, and rest. And if in that difficult moment you cannot seem to find a chair at all, come home. There's always a chair here for you. Thank you.
I would now like to call upon Mr. Michael Price, Upper School Director, and Dr. Brad Adams, Chair of the Board of Trustees, for the awarding of the diplomas.
Bruno Andres Aleman.
First, I'd like to say thank you to my recently graduated day ones up there. Terrorized the booths of Chili's and it kept me hard throughout this year. I want to say thank you to mis primos, who have been my pseudo-siblings throughout my life, been raised with me and have stuck with me to this very day. I want to say thank you to some of the staff, but mainly Miss Joyce Bales, who has encouraged me to do much better throughout these 3 years, and the students for making this last year a very memorable one. I want to give a quick shout out to my son Charlie, who I love very dearly. Every time I see him, I smile, even though he can't understand me right now. And lastly, and most importantly, I want to thank my parents, my mom Andrea and my dad Bruno, who have worked hard throughout these last 3 years to give me the immense privilege of coming to Wayne Country Day School. I couldn't be here without you guys. And it's an understatement to say that I am more than fortunate to have you guys as my parents. I'm doing it all for y'all to make y'all proud, and I can't wait for y'all to see what's next. I love you, Twin and Monroe.
Maria Clara Sanchez Bono.
I want to thank my parents for believing in me when I couldn't. I want to thank my brother for being my best friend. I want to thank my grandparents. Obrigada por cuidar de mim quando a mamãe e o papai estavam trabalhando. And I want to thank my boyfriend for supporting me through my dumb ideas.
Mabry Ann Chuddy.
Okay, my list is long, so bear with me. First, I want to thank the Wayne Country Day faculty, especially Dr. Sharp, Miss Whaley, and Miss Bales. Your belief in me has meant more than you realize. Next, I want to thank the 22 people behind me. We might be a small class, and we might be a quiet class, but this year we felt like a family, and I couldn't imagine graduating next to anybody else. I love all of you. Next, I would like to thank my family who's traveled to come celebrate this moment with me today. It means the world that I have a support system that spans for miles, north, east, south, and west. I love you all, including you, Caden. Next, I would like to thank my dearest friends, Lara and Janiyah. It means the world to me that I was able to be a big sister to Janiyah, and I'm sorry that Chapel Hill's taking me from you, but cherish every moment next year. And Lara, thank you for letting me be your little sister. You're the best role model I could have asked for. Next, my rock and my best friend, who's been through every single moment, heard every single rant, and even learned a lot about American government and politics, because that's the only way I knew how to study was to tell Kahim, my best friend. Thank you, Wayne Country Day, for allowing me to meet you, and I can't wait to see what our future holds. Next, the two most important people in my life, my parents. It's incredible to say that we have become best friends through my childhood. And thank you for teaching me more than a curriculum ever could. You taught me how to love others more than myself. You taught me how to cherish every moment and go through every moment with a smile. And thank you for allowing me to learn through experience rather than books on a page. Don't worry, our nightly debriefs will not stop. They'll just be on FaceTime from here on out. Finally, I want to thank the reason why my thank you list is so long, the Lord. It is by His grace that I'm standing before you today, and I can't wait for my future. And it is because of Him and my faith in Him that I'm not afraid of the future, because I know that His plan for me is greater. Thank you.
Garrett David Evans.
Thanks, Landon. I'd like to thank my friends and family for all the love and support. I would like to thank the teachers and faculty for challenging me and believing in me. And lastly, I would like to thank all my classmates. These people are some of the funniest that I know, and I love all of them.
Sarah Soraya Ezel.
Hi. First, I'd like to thank my parents for always supporting me and being here for me. I'd like to thank my little sister for always being my rock. I love you, Chloe. A mis abuelos, los quiero mucho. Gracias por estar aquí. And to all the 22 people behind me, I love you guys.
Sally Brown Fleming.
I would first like to thank all the faculty and staff for supporting me, especially Miss Errett and Miss Whaley. And I would like to thank all my friends. I couldn't have done this without you. I love you all so much. And I would like to thank my family, Cece and Gigi, my mom, I love you so much, and my dad for telling me what it means to be a hard worker. Thank you.
Marcel Navon Freeman, Jr.
First and foremost, I just want to thank God, and I want to thank my mom and dad and the rest of my family for helping me get through this journey. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I appreciate you guys all.
Andrew Ulysses Gambella.
First, I would like to thank God and my family. They got me here today. My brother, if he's out there. Okay. And all my friends up there and my classmates. Thank you.
Jackson Clark Gear.
First, I want to thank the Lord, my wonderful parents, my brother and girlfriend, all the coaches, teachers, family, and friends that I've had along the way. I couldn't have made it without y'all. I want to shout out Landon. You're the best friend I could have ever have asked for. Thank you.
Jarrett William Hoover.
I just want to start off thanking all the faculty, especially Mr. Price. He's provided me so much support, and he's the best mentor I could ever ask for. I want to thank my family. I love y'all to death for supporting me. And I want to thank my friends, and specifically Jonathan. He's the best friend I could ever ask for, and I don't know what I'd do without him.
Catherine Ann Wynn.
Good morning. I would like to thank God, my family, my parents, and the faculty of Wayne Country Day School. I wouldn't be here without you guys. Thank you for always pushing me to do my best. Thank you.
Jaden Amanda Outlaw.
First, I would like to thank my family, especially my mom and my grandpa. I would like to thank my friends, God, especially my boyfriend, and then the faculty, T-Shell, and Miss Whaley. Thank you.
Haley Elise Pardo.
I'd like to thank the people behind me for welcoming me so late in the year.
Jonathan Thomas Shelton.
I want to thank God, first and foremost. None of this would be possible without him. I want to thank my family, especially my mom, my dad, my sister. Couldn't have done it without y'all. I want to thank all the faculty members that helped me along the way. I want to thank my friends, especially Jarrett Hoover and his family. They mean a lot to me. I want to thank the BRG, Thank you very much. Thank you, everybody.
Clayton Daniel Stewart.
First, I would like to thank God, and I'd like to thank my family for believing me every step of the way. Thank you all so much.
Alexandria Patience Strickland.
Most importantly, I would love to thank God. Without him, none of this would be possible. I would love to thank my father, who's provided me with safety and security all my life, my mother with warmth and love in taking me to every dance recital and horse lesson, for Mr. Uncle James for feeding us when our father forgot, Jack and Isaac for humoring me and also keeping me safe, and Billy for saving my life more times than I can count. I love you all, even if you're not a lemon.
John Jack Devereaux Stuber.
I just want to thank my family, especially my parents, for supporting and loving me. And I want to thank all the faculty and my friends for dealing with me and pushing me to be better. Thank you all.
Rashir Tamarian Suber.
I just want to thank my family, God, and my friends for all the support throughout the years. Waking up every day and just knowing that I have people in this amazing community just pushing me forward day by day is such a relieving and blissful feeling. I want to thank all my coaches, too, for supporting me throughout all my endeavors, especially people like Coach Davis, who I know I tire every day, and also Mr. Becker and Coach Chisholm up there. I see you right over there. And I just want to thank God for giving me this ability to be in this beautiful community, as well as this entire cast right behind me. And I am very proud to say that I am a member of the Wayne Country Day School community. Thank you.
Jeremiah Tramiel Thompson.
I'd like to thank all my family and friends that came out, my parents. I'd like to thank all the staff at Wayne Country Day. Y'all really changed my life, and I think we take y'all for granted sometimes. God is the greatest. Thank you.
Isaiah James Turner.
First and foremost, I want to thank my Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. I want to thank my mom and my dad and my brothers. I want to thank my aunt, my uncle, and my 2 cousins, one of whom is graduating with me today. I want to thank my grandparents. Without y'all, none of this would have been possible. Thank y'all. This is for you.
Camden Philip Tyler.
First off, I want to thank God for allowing me to stand here today. I thank all my friends and family for constant love and support, and I want to thank Wayne Country Day for giving me a great high school experience.
Sarah Mitchell Wall.
I'd like to thank my parents, mom, dad. I love y'all so much, more than words, and I'm so grateful for everything y'all do to me. John, oh, I'm gonna miss you. You're the best brother I could ask for. Thank you to my friends, teammates, and for always being there for me. And Coach Keegan, you've changed my life. I'm so grateful something brought me you. Thank you.
Jane Suzanne Williford.
To all my teachers, the faculty, and my peers, thank you for the memories and mentorship. WCDS has given me the gift of both friendship and an education, and those are priceless. To all my family, my grandparents who are looking over me today, and my family that is here, my mom, my dad, my brother Charlie, my Aunt Laura, and my granddaddy Tommy, I love you all so, so much, and I hope I continue to make you proud during my next 4 years at Carolina. Go Heels, and congratulations, everyone. We're graduating.
Class of 2026, please rise. You may turn your tassels. Ladies and gentlemen, I am proud to present the Wayne Country Day School Class of 2026.